Hey guys, it's Andrew, and today I'm going to talk to you about some of my favorite lenses for a beginner or an amateur that's just kind of starting and doesn't want to spend a whole lot but wants to get some great shots. So a while back I made a video like this, and it was an older video, wasn't as good, and for some reason just now it's starting to kind of grow on my YouTube channel, so I decided I'd remake it kind of updated with some of the same lenses. So up first we have the Canon 10-18 f4.5 through 5.6. Now this lens has STM, so it'd be good for video and also just nice quiet focusing. It's got image stabilization, again good for video, and the autofocus on this is really good. If you were a vlogger, you could throw this on like a 70D or an 80D with autofocus and it'd be a great setup. So it's a really good wide angle lens for anything from landscapes to cityscapes or big group shots. All in all, just a great lens to have. I have L-glass right here, but I just don't tend to use this as much on a crop body as I do something like a wide angle lens, just because of the usability and what you can actually do with it. Next up we have the Canon 50mm STM. This gets down to 1.8, so it's really good for low light portraits, anything where you want kind of a zoomed in, narrower depth of field and you really want to blow out the background or something. Really good for that. It's also good for video because of the STM motor and the quiet focusing, but it does not have stabilization, so you really need a tripod or something. So this lens is also called the Nifty 50 or the Plastic Fantastic because of how cheap it is and what it can do. You can blow out and get a lot of bokeh in your images and have out of focus lights in the background and your foreground in focus like a portrait, and it's just a really sharp lens that works really well in low light. Now in my last video I had the 75-300 and I talked about how it came with a lot of kits and I wasn't a fan of that lens because of the aperture and how it worked on a crop body. So I've upgraded to the 70-200. This is the f4 edition with no image stabilization just because I wasn't ready to pitch in all that money since I'm still on a crop body. And this is a f4 lens constant all the way through 70-200, so you can zoom in without worrying about your aperture changing and then changing ISO and everything, so it's great for video in that manner. And you can get it in image stabilization, which works wonders for video. I didn't. So this is great for sports or portraits. However, with this model, the f4, you do need pretty good lighting, or if you have a tripod you can slow down your shutter. So this lens is built like a tank. It's got a metal mount and it's all like a hard plastic and metal on here, and it's got the visible focus meter in feet and meters, so that's nice to have. It also comes with this giant lens hood, which makes it look really professional. Still a big lens without it, but when you put it on there, it really makes it look like you know what you're doing. This lens also has STM, but I find it kind of hard to use for video, at least without image stabilization. But all in all, it's been a great lens for sports and portraits and things like that. So thank you for watching. That's kind of my choice of the best beginner lenses, if I could suggest lenses, to get the wide angle, the kind of narrower prime that's really good in low light, and then the telephoto for portraits and sports. So you have everything in one range. It won't break the bank. So I hope I helped you with your decision on your next lenses, and if you have a different choice of gear, let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching.